I built a YouTube business that makes over $100,000 a year, but it took me 15 years to figure out how, and I failed for 12 of them. These days, it's my full-time job, and I get to help other creators do the same. Everything those 15 years beat into me, I'm going to give you right here, so you can skip the decade plus that I lost. This is a bit of a personal story, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. All my failures, the real income numbers, the years I completely wasted. If you're trying to turn YouTube into something real, this is the video I wish I had when I started. So let me take you back to 2009. I was just a kid making Call of Duty videos in his bedroom, talking over my own gameplay, no clue what I was doing. I didn't know what made a good video. I didn't even know what a good view count even was. I just made whatever I felt like making. And it was the most fun I ever had. I would give a lot to feel that way again. A friend of mine pulled me into something I was nowhere near ready for. A real job. A company called Curse, paying me a salary to make YouTube videos. So I packed up and took a bus across the country to stay with my friend and work at their office in downtown San Francisco. All of a sudden, I was making a salary, in charge of contractors, interviewing game developers, sitting in rooms with people I'd grown up watching. I got to meet CNanners and Total Biscuit before his cancer diagnosis. The kid making bedroom Call of Duty videos, handed the keys to the whole thing. And it was a really great experience. It was also my big break, the exact one you're probably waiting for right now. So look at everything I had. The budget, the team, the connections, the shot at all of it. And we still couldn't make that channel grow, no matter what we threw at it. It took me years to understand why, and that answer is the entire reason this channel exists today. But we'll circle back to that. Here's the part that actually did the damage, the part that I couldn't see for years. I got handed the whole dream before I had the first clue what to do with it. I was way in over my head. Honestly, kind of a pain to work with, full of opinions I couldn't back up. And without ever meaning to, I ran straight through the entire fantasy, start to finish, before I was ready for any of it. I used up the one thing I started with as a kid, the fun. So by the time it fell apart and they let me go, the whole thing had left me jaded. The hunger that used to come so easily was just gone. I took a bus back home to Michigan with a head full of what-ifs and watched my savings drain down to nothing. And the next time I sat down to start something of my own, that spark wasn't there anymore. All that was left was the work. That was the start of a spiral I would not climb out of for a very long time. I did try to start making content again, several times actually. I had a channel with a buddy that died in 2 weeks. Another one where I built the whole animated outro and never posted a single video. I did 4 tutorials for Cube World before I went quiet on that as well. And it wasn't even just YouTube. I was going to make products for D&D players, a whole deck of cards for generating random encounters. I fell in love with the idea of writing a fantasy novel, releasing it chapter by chapter. I got deep into designing a board game, pricing out Kickstarter, emailing manufacturers in China. Every single one of them died on the exact same question. It would creep in the second my motivation ran out. And it didn't stop at killing the project, it poisoned the whole idea of even wanting it. What's the point of pouring years into something if nobody else is going to see it? I could never answer that, so I gave up every single time. For years, that was the whole pattern. Burst of motivation, try for a bit, give up, sink a little further, try again, give up, again, and repeat. Maybe you know that fog. You're putting in some effort, but underneath it, you're not even sure this is the right thing for you to be doing. I lived there for a long time. Dead-end jobs, telling myself the dream wasn't worth it. Starting felt scarier than staying stuck, so I stayed stuck. Until one day, the math flipped. The bubbling frustration of staying where I was finally hurt more than it would hurt to make a change. And honestly, therapy was a big part of what finally got me moving. Pay attention to your mental health. So I started to turn things around. I studied hard. I went back through everything I could find on how YouTube actually works. Why a few videos take off and most just don't. How the people I looked up to were really doing it. And I had one quiet advantage going in. I had been watching this platform like a creator every day for over a decade. Every video I ever watched, some part of my brain was asking, how do they make this and how would I do it? But studying isn't actually what finally made it click. It was one question, and I want you to steal it. Ask yourself, what problem do I solve? Here's a shortcut that allowed me to answer that question. What's the one thing that used to keep you up at night, and how did you fix it? because I promise you, there are other people lying awake on that exact thing right now. That's your unfair advantage. Everybody has one, and most creators never think to look for theirs. And this is me running that exercise on myself right now on camera. The thing that kept me up at night was one question. How do I get eyeballs on my stuff? What's the point of building anything if I'm just going to release it to crickets? That was my problem, the one I couldn't solve for over 10 years. I can actually show you the night that it all turned. I opened a blank Google Doc at 3:44 in the morning and named it, Here We Go Again. I wasn't up that late on purpose, like I said, kept me up at night. For the first time in years, I let myself dream again. What if? And I just started writing everything down. Every idea, every lesson, everything I noticed. And I never stopped doing that, by the way. I still write down every lesson the moment that I learn it, while it's still fresh, before anyone else has it. That's what makes my newsletter now. If you want this stuff straight from the source as I work it out, there's a link in the description. That doc was me finally letting myself want it again. I was figuring out who I wanted to be. But knowing who I wanted to be didn't tell me what I wanted to make. And that decision, what to actually create, is the thing that prevented me from starting for way too long. Maybe you're staring at the same wall, a channel you keep planning instead of starting, a pile of half-formed ideas and no idea which one you should commit to. I had been planning for so long that the decision felt enormous. Because how do you decide the one thing you want to be known for? It felt so monumental, like you'd be stuck with that decision for the rest of your life. Like it was carved into stone, so I froze. And then there was a second weight on top of it. I realized that in order to achieve my goals, for the first time, this had to be me, my face, my name, not a voice over gameplay hidden behind a gamer tag where nobody ever saw me. I'm self-conscious about how I look on camera, and putting myself in this seat every week honestly terrified me. I actually tried this once back in those curse days. This was the first and only time I ever pointed a camera at my own face up until starting this channel. Some part of me knew, even back then, that this had to be a real person, and now that real person had to be me. So I broke the freeze in the dumbest way possible. I just posted anyway. I got so fed up with not being able to figure out what kind of content to make that I just stopped trying and made something anyway. And I know exactly how useless saying just post anyway sounds. It's right up there with to get rich, just make money, or to stop being depressed, just be happy. But it worked for me, and I think the reason is actually pretty simple. It's just a video. Believe it or not, you can make something different the next time. None of this is set in stone. Your niche, the style, the name, your face on camera, none of it is permanent. It's just fear hiding in disguise. The only permanent mistake is never starting at all. So I started, and because I couldn't figure out what to make, I just posted what was on my mind, which were the changes I was making in my life at the time. My first video was about the mindset shift I was living through at the time. I made a couple more like it before I realized that the mental health niche is a massive space with massive channels in it, and I didn't want to compete there. So I pivoted to board game design because I was making a board game at the time. 6 videos in, it hit me that I didn't want to be the board game guy, especially because I'd never actually made a board game. Who was I to teach it? Yay, imposter syndrome. So I pivoted again into the hobby and makerspace. That one lasted exactly 1 video. Just 10 videos in, and I was already worn out. I told myself it'd take a couple weeks to regroup and come back fresh. And that break lasted for over a year. 6 months after I quit, something amazing happened, and it taught me 2 big lessons. Out of nowhere, one of those old board game videos took off. It got me monetized overnight, while I wasn't even paying attention anymore. Now I was making $50 a month for videos I'd completely stopped making. The first lesson I didn't see coming, and it could save your channel. Early on, your content might already be good enough. You just have no way of knowing it yet. When you're new, YouTube is slow to find you your people, and you're way too close to your own stuff to judge it. I'm not saying everything you make is gold, and I'm not saying you'll never know. Just saying in that first stretch, you genuinely can't tell yet. So quitting over low numbers isn't reading the room, it's just quitting early. Give it real time before you call it. The second lesson is the one that I feared most. I told you how hard it was for me to pick a direction because I didn't want to get pigeonholed to be known for something I didn't choose. That's exactly what happened here. I suddenly had tons of people who wanted and expected more board game and card game videos. And everyone in my life told me I should make more, that it would be the smart thing to do. This is exactly what you wanted. It's working, so go do that. But I had already moved on. That was a person I had decided I didn't want to become. I call it success jail. Be careful what you wish for. There's a trap hiding inside the thing finally working. The momentum you can't see builds, and it can carry you somewhere you never wanted to go. And walking away from that is so much harder than walking away from silence. Quitting something that's working and paying you takes everything you've got. Now, you absolutely double down on what's working, but only when it's carrying you towards where you actually want to end up. And I had to fight for that. People who loved me were sure I was sabotaging myself. Having to put my reasons into actual words is the exact thing that finally forced my hand. I was telling them why it had to be this way, which meant I didn't have an excuse to hide behind anymore. It was time to get back to work, on the thing that I actually wanted to build. So I came back, and this time I came back with a vengeance. I had a real game plan. No more chasing a different topic every week. Every video pointed at the same person, about the same problem. And that one rule is the difference between running a hobby and building a business. It's the only way you grow an audience deep enough to build something real around one day. The views are just the scoreboard, and the plan itself was built on the only thing I could actually control, showing up. Not views, not subscribers, those are never up to you. How often you show up is. But that doesn't make it easy. I almost didn't survive the valley of death. That's the stretch where you pour your heart and soul into video after video and no one watches. You plan for weeks, you film, you edit for hours, you hit publish, and you're lucky to get 40 views. And then there's no clock on it. Nobody tells you how long you have to survive this for. There's no applause. There's no sign you're getting anywhere. It's just you, your stubborn faith, and a channel that refuses to grow. Here's what worked for me, and I bet it works for you too. What helped me to keep posting was actually making the stuff I wanted to make. Videos that were more for me than my audience, kind of like this one. Things I just needed to put out there into the universe. It was cathartic. And one of those videos, one that I made purely for myself, is the one that finally broke through and connected with people. It sits near 500,000 views now. The whole message was just, don't quit. And it's what I needed to hear myself that week. Turns out, a lot of other people needed to hear it too. So I did the obvious thing. I studied that video to death and made another one just like it. And it flopped, which confused the crap out of me. It made no sense at the time. But that flop taught me a lesson that helps when your numbers are bouncing all over the place. One video is hardly a data point. The biggest factor isn't whether any single video hits, it's that the video exists at all. You win by posting consistently for the same person for a long time, getting better with everyone. That's the whole game. So I stopped grading myself one video at a time. I treat about every 20 videos as a single experiment. You need roughly that many before the results mean anything. When one underperforms, you don't panic. You pull the lesson out of it and you carry it into the next one. The math only works if you stay in it long enough for it to pay off. So let me show you what this consistency builds to. This is the fun part, because now we get to talk about what you want. How far does this go, and how long does it really take? Let me lay out my real timeline. My first video on this channel went up December 2024, and I started to get real traction near the end of March 2025. And that's when the money really started to come in, beyond the $50 a month I was still pulling from those old board game videos. After that, things moved fast. Sponsors started showing up in my inbox. I started doing 1-hour strategy sessions with a handful of creators, and the testimonials started rolling in. Inside of 8 months, I was making enough, and I walked away from my day job to do this full time. Here are the real numbers, and not as a flex, not, look at me, I'm so amazing, just touch points, so you can find where you are on your own path. My first calendar year, I made $64,000. And if you count a clean 12 months from when the money actually started, I crossed $106K. So I quit my day job. The week before my last day, my car died, for good. The only real option was to scrap it. I was delivering pizzas to get by, and just like that, I had no vehicle. So let that sink in for a moment. The version of me, a couple years before, would have been shit out of luck. No car means no delivery job. No savings means scrambling to survive. That would have been the end of me. But I'd started before I was ready, and by now, the money was already coming in, so the same dead car that would have wrecked me just pushed me out the door a few days early. I launched that first program, and the money it brought in was what bought me my new car. The job, the car, the program, all pretty much at the same moment. Years of digging, and everything clicked into place all at once when my old life would have fallen apart. The timing of it still gets me. But I want to be honest with you, because I don't want you walking away with the wrong impression about how this actually went. Most creators make the same mistake right here. They look at someone further down the road who makes it look fast and effortless, and they feel that pit in their stomach, like everyone else got a head start, and they're already too far behind to bother. It's such an easy assumption to make. That was how I felt, and I lived on the wrong side of it for over a decade. Most of those 15 years, I wasn't climbing. I was digging the hole deeper. After Curse fell apart, I disappeared into a fog for years. I worked at Subway, I delivered for Jet's Pizza. I fell into a second WoW addiction that ate up a second 3 years of my life. And the whole time, my own head ran the cruelest trick on me. I told myself it wasn't worth starting because it would take 2 years for any of it to take off, so I wouldn't start. But then those 2 years would go by, and I still hadn't done anything. And then I'd think, if I just started 2 years ago, like I wanted, I'd already be where I want to be. It was gut-wrenching. And it made it all the harder to even start. So I'd convince myself again that it still wasn't worth it because it would still take another 2 years. And guess what happened 2 years after that? Every time I refused to start, I made the next time harder. The not doing cost me way more than time. It dug the hole deeper and deeper, and then it handed me the shovel and whispered that I'm just the kind of person who lives in a hole. That belief reinforced itself over and over. I built a whole story about myself in my head, and it almost kept me down there forever. And the worst part was being forced to face what it all meant, that I had done this to myself. Beating back one ugly belief only uncovered the one underneath it until I couldn't avoid the truth anymore. If you take one single thing from my whole story, I hope it's this. The years you spend not starting are not free. They are the most expensive years you will ever spend. You're not waiting for a better time. You're paying in the one thing you can never get back for a life you don't even want. So start now. It won't be easy, but every day you wait, the not starting gets heavier and heavier. I'm nobody special. I had advantages, and I still wasted over a decade. I've made every mistake there is, and in spite of that, I still made it out the other side. And I'm not trying to make you feel like you're behind. Instead, I want you to think about it like this. If a guy who wasted this many years can build something like this, then you can too. The fact that you're hearing this message this deep into one of my videos proves that you'll do it in a fraction of the time that I did. So let me tell you where I'm standing now. I don't have it all figured out. I'm just a little further down the same path you're on. And the thing I wished I had the most back when I was stuck in that hole is exactly what I'm building now. It's a community of creators all working towards the same goal, because doing this alone is what broke me the most. We keep you accountable, and we help you when you quietly want to quit. When you join, you get my systems for making content, and my playbook for how all of this works, so you can stop guessing. And I'm on a live call every single week, and I'm in the community every single day, so you can ask me your questions the moment they come up, instead of fumbling around in the dark for a decade like I did. It launches next week with a founder's discount, 50% off, which locks in for as long as you stay. And I'm doing something special for everyone who joins during this founder's round. I'll review your actual channel and tell you where you really are and the one thing to fix first. If you think that this could help you, there's more information at the link at the top of the description. So let me bring this all the way back to where we started. What problem do you solve? You have something you want to build, a channel, a business, a thing you want to make and put out into the world. And there's one problem standing between you and being seen. It's the problem that haunted me for years. It's the reason I make content. It's my channel's whole purpose. It's the problem that I solve. How do you get eyeballs on your stuff? What's the point if nobody sees it? This entire video has been me answering my own question out loud in front of you. Getting your work seen is the whole problem I solve. I want to show you something. Here is exactly what I wrote down years ago before I started all of this, and it hasn't shifted 1 inch. If someone else can do it, so can you. It's not complicated, just hard. Pay attention to your mental health. There are so many answers, but which one is right for you? And I'm already doing this for myself, so here you go. I wrote that when I was at the bottom of a hole I dug myself in. This exercise, asking myself, what question do I solve, is the exact thing that helped me climb out. So what problem do you solve? What kept you up at night? And how did you fix it? Now here's the part I love. I had a story that I wanted to tell and lessons I wanted you to have. So I built them into a video and put them in a way that you'd find valuable. This whole thing that you just watched is me doing the exact thing I've been telling you to do the entire time. You watched me run the playbook in real time. Now it's your turn. Go take a moment and answer the question for yourself. Somewhere in that answer is the thing you're meant to build and the people you're meant to build it for. Don't let this question steal years from you like it did for me. That's 15 years of lessons compressed. Now, if you want to see the money side of all this, exact dollars, every source, how it added up, I broke my whole first year down number by number right here. And one last thing for the handful of you who are still here at the very end. Would you believe me if I told you I have a video with over 9 million views and I didn't know it existed until last year?